to this online training and information session about the Common Observation Rubric at Jacksonville State University School of Education. Thank you for participating with the School of Education in reaching a world-class standard in educator preparation. The Common Observation Rubric, or COBS, is a way for the School of Education to measure how teacher candidates are performing in P-12 classrooms. The COBS is administered during clinical experiences such as practicum and internship semesters in the different programs. The JSU School of Education operates within the Leaders Conceptual Framework. This conceptual framework is comprised of 6 major areas: leadership and collaboration, effective facilitation practices, assessment and reflection, diverse learners and environments, ethics and professional responsibility, and reflective mastery of content. Teacher candidates are introduced to this framework during their Introduction to Education courses, and they learn deeper content in each area as they progress through their program. The Leaders Framework contains the INTASC standards. The INTASC standards were created to serve as a model core for standards to outline what teachers should know and be able to do to ensure that every student reaches the goal of being ready to enter college or the workforce. There are 4 domains in the INTASC standards: the learner and learning, content knowledge, instructional practice, and professional responsibility. Each of these domains focuses specifically on knowledge, skills, and dispositions that teachers need in each area. All of the INTASC standards are embedded into the Alabama State Board of Education core teaching standards. The Jacksonville State University School of Education Leaders Framework contains all of the INTASC and the Alabama State Department of Education standards. It is important to note that the standards support the teacher's responsibility for student learning. At Jacksonville State University, one of our primary goals is to help teacher candidates see themselves as teachers and leaders from the very beginning of their journey as a professional educator. The School of Education is seeking accreditation from the Council for the Accreditation of Educator Preparation. CAPE requires the School of Education to track candidate development in content and pedagogical knowledge. This includes teaching. The COBS was established by the School of Education based on the Leaders, INTASC, and Alabama Core Teaching Standards to do this work. The COBS is administered throughout a candidate's program. The goal of the COBS is to get some actionable data. That is, data that can be used to help candidates and to make decisions about their progress in the program. Beginning in the Intro to Education courses, teacher candidates learn about standards and expectations for dispositions and professional responsibilities and ethics of teaching. Teacher candidates are assessed using the COBS at each clinical experience in the program, including internship at the end. The COBS are completed by both JSU faculty and cooperating teachers, independently of one another. This helps to give a comprehensive picture of the teacher candidate. The data is then used to consider how the candidate is progressing and to give formative feedback for strengths and gaps in teaching. If a candidate is in need of support in any area, the university supervisor and cooperating teacher will work together for the candidate. Finally, this data may be used to inform JSU about the teacher education program overall and for us to identify any strengths and gaps in our preparation process. So where do you find the COBS? It is located on your Live Text FEM dashboard. The COBS is assigned to you at the time the teacher candidate is placed into the Live Text FEM system. When you open the dashboard, you will see the COBS and its corresponding due date on your screen. The due date is very important as we need the data to provide timely feedback to candidates each semester. Notice that the due date is toward the end of the placement but before the semester ends. You should complete the COBS as the observations take place. This will help the candidate in receiving timely, actionable data so that instructional adjustments can take place. The COBS measures the common elements of teaching. The COBS was developed by analyzing observation tools from the various teaching fields and programs for the common elements. These 6 things were found to be common regardless of the teaching field, content area, or grade and age band: learning environment, prior knowledge, differentiation, academic language, assessment, and technology. The rubric went through several versions and was reviewed by subject matter experts to ensure that the content was correct and that it would measure the common elements of teaching. Indicators are evaluated on a scale from unacceptable to exceptional. The goal is for teacher candidates to be in the proficient range on each indicator by the completion of their program. Let's take a look at the indicators. Notice that the indicators are aligned with the JSU conceptual framework, the NTAS standards, and the CAPE standards. The first indicator, learning environment, measures how a candidate creates a learning environment. Reading across from unacceptable to exceptional, you can clearly see how the expectations build. Some candidates may fall into the unacceptable or developing ratings, particularly in their first clinical experience. Others may not. For this and all the indicators, you should assess the candidate honestly. The purpose is for the candidate to learn, adjust, and improve. The COBS is not tied in any way to a formal grade. Rather, it is a way for the cooperating teacher, the university supervisor, and the teacher candidate to work together to improve performance and impact student learning. Let's take a look at the next 3 indicators: prior knowledge, differentiation, and academic language. Again, if you read across from unacceptable to exceptional, you will see that there are differences and that it builds each time towards the exceptional range. Remember, assess candidates honestly. This is for them to learn from and to get formative feedback to help their performance as a teacher. The next 2 indicators are assessment and technology. Again, if you read across from unacceptable to exceptional, you will see that there are differences in each performance category. You will also notice that for all indicators, there is a not applicable option. This option is to be used when something is not included in the lesson. So it is expected that all of these things should be included with every lesson, but once in a while, for example, technology, there may not be access to technology, or the lesson may not be appropriate for technology. In those cases, the not applicable selection would be appropriate. So again, the Common Observation Rubric assesses the 6 common areas that we see in every lesson in every grade band: learning environment, prior knowledge, differentiation, academic language, assessment, and technology. Once the data is collected via the COBS, it can be used to scaffold conversations with the teacher candidate. By using the COBS to give explicit, direct formative feedback, the teacher candidate can better understand how to improve their teaching performance. The cooperating teacher and university supervisor are also better equipped to support the teacher candidate. The COBS assesses common teaching elements for all content areas, teaching fields, and grade levels. The COBS results are used to give formative feedback to teacher candidates. Teacher candidates can use the COBS results to make adjustments in their teaching. The expectation is for teacher candidates to score at the proficient or exceptional level by program completion. To wrap up, the COBS is available in your live text dashboard. The data is used to support teacher candidates in developing proficient teaching skills. It may also be used to inform program improvement. The number of COBS varies according to the program and the clinical experience. Cooperating teachers and university supervisors will be able to see in their dashboard how many COBS are assigned and that the due date falls somewhere before the end of the semester. But remember, the easiest and best way to do it is to fill out the COBS each time an observation takes place. This will allow us to give the candidate timely, formative feedback to improve their performance. Thank you very much for watching this training and participating with the School of Education in preparing teachers to meet a world-class standard.